Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how are my snipers doing today? I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Listen, holidays are just around the corner. Markets will be going a little bit slower, probably until the New Year's, but we're still going to be covering, a bunch of the coins. Plus, I have a bunch of different type of video ideas coming out over the next couple of days that are just, tier list and, those types of videos. Listen, for those that have been wondering, yes, I do have a private Discord. We're actually doing 25% off for the Ultimate Sniper package. And for the regular Sniper package, we're doing 12.5% off. So I'd say it's a very, very great time to join in. The next few months are going to be very, very crucial. So if you want to be up to date with every single coin, that is what we cover and a lot more. So feel free. If not, you're more than welcome to stay on YouTube. Listen, let's cover some coins. Let's start off with Bitcoin. For me, there was a specific candle I was looking at Bitcoin, but I'm not too convinced, and I haven't been too convinced for some time now. Ever since we tapped into this order block candle over here, we did have a little bit of a pullback, but I wasn't too high on the market structure, and there wasn't enough momentum. And then we can see actually a couple hours later, it is selling off, right? It is officially selling off. And I believe, Bitcoin will be looking to be sweeping liquidity before it starts to shoot up. Okay. That is what I believe. Now, I think it's going to take out pretty much this triple bottom at the minimum. So I do think at the minimum, we are going to go to like 90,000, 90,500. We could even take out this weekly low right here, which would be at pretty much $89,500, right? So it would not surprise me if we kind of bottom out somewhere here, or if we even, dare I say, sweep this daily low right here, right? There's lots and lots of liquidity, right? There's lots and lots of liquidity over here. I still think Bitcoin overall is in an uptrend. I just think right now it's going to be the final sweep before the new year. And once the new year starts, I do believe we should be booming up. And, I hope we start booming up because, oops, my bad. Listen, just quick little interruption. I just had to, I saw it selling off, and it's about to start selling off heavy. And I was like, why don't I just take a trade? Why don't I just make like 1 or 2% on my account right now? So we just did that. We entered a sell position. So I am looking to actually just, make 1 to 2% while I go out and have fun with my family. But yeah, listen, things will be turning around very, very soon. I still believe overall, right? We just had a huge rally. We are bound to go down a little bit, pull back wherever we have to pull back and shoot further up, right? That's just how the markets work. They can't just be super, super green. Even though historically they have been kind of green, the context was a little bit different. And, if they're going to be wanting to pump the markets further than expected, then they will need to start slowing things down and making it go sideways. Kind of like this, though, the way we were here for 6-7 months, but not as long right now, right? But little stops, where we go sideways a little bit, just to gain extra momentum. Like I said, when we start going sideways or sell off and have a correction, you got to think of, as if you would have a tennis ball, right? It is easier to throw a ball when you wind it back and then, go like this forward, other than just using your wrist, right? So it's the same thing with the markets. The markets, they have to sometimes cool off a little bit, go sideways before they can continue another massive rally. So yeah, Bitcoin is going to be going down. Altcoins are kind of holding decently strong because Bitcoin dominance did break structure. Now, this is going to be the most crucial thing we're going to have to look over the next few weeks, right? Are we going to hold this monthly area that we talked about, or are we not? Because right now is a game of ping pong. We went up, we went down, right? We retested this. Now the next zone and the next move is, okay, is this going to be a lower high, or is this just a temporary ping to go lower somewhere into this order block to then create a higher high? Okay, that is the ultimate question, right? That is the ultimate question, because if that's going to be the case, then Bitcoin will be going up. Bitcoin dominance will be going up. Like I said, that doesn't mean necessarily altcoins are going to bleed super heavy, because there could just be more money in the market, like we discussed. but that means altcoins will be chilling just a little bit, going, up slowly, maybe down a little bit, up and down more or less, but overall should be going up, right? And, this is what I want overall, for us to go roughly to like the 69% before we get that grand slam, right? The further we go up, the more we're going to slam. Now, would I complain if, things broke structure here, went like this, and then really sold off heavy, down to these levels over here, and altcoin season happened a little bit earlier and maybe not as aggressive, right? Like, let's say hypothetically, you could have got a 10 to 12x kind of easily right now, but if we wait a little bit more, kind of 15x, would I be super, super upset? No, not really, because I'd get money quicker, and there's always going to be new opportunities. So, not upset if that happens, but this is going to be very, very crucial. We have to see how everything plays out. Now let's dive into some coins. Turbo, still kind of the same, but for me, I don't like this price action over here. This just indicates we should be going lower, whether it's down to an order block somewhere here or just to sweep these lows like we talked about before we go up. And remember, once it sweeps certain lows, it's going to gain momentum very, very quickly to the upside again. Okay, so we don't have to worry about that. Kaspa, same thing, right? We have that roughly the 10-cent area has a double bottom. And I just know historically market makers love going to where liquidity is. So you could have a buy order set around 850, right? There we go. Some free tip and advice right over there. Myro, right? Myro, it's looking, kind of in the dumps. It did sweep pretty much these lows. And we are just seeing if Myro is going to bottom here or if Myro is going to sweep a little bit lower before it recovers, ladies and gentlemen, right? Radium, Radium is still super bullish overall. The structure looks great regardless of things selling off, right? Regardless of things selling off. It had already upside momentum pretty much beginning to mid-October, and then November, it also blew up. So pretty much the end of November. And overall, this coin looks very, very strong. But Radium is unique because Radium has only structure roughly here, right? We have this whole structure here. And then the next little bit of structure is here, but then it's mainly up here. So for Radium, it's actually very, very easy to hold its price because there is lots of imbalance on the left. Imbalance is pretty much when the markets moved up very, very quickly or down very quickly. So not much support and resistance. So I do expect Radium to start flying high to the $10 zone very, very soon, probably sometime in January, right? So Radium is looking good. PNG is looking a little bit slow. I don't like how it closed, at 32 cents, but it's not the biggest deal because the selling pressure is slowly, dying, right? We did break out of this huge consolidation zone. Plus, with everything going on with Avalanche, I'm still not really worried about the micro moves, right? So I wouldn't be surprised though if PNG came down to this area, maybe down to 27, 28 cents before it picked up momentum, right? Remember, PNG is very, very bursty. We talked about it. PNG moves kind of in bursts. It does its thing, then it cools off, right? And then next thing, boom, it does its thing again. So not really worried about PNG at the moment. Things still look good. XRP, right? XRP, things are definitely, like I said, slowing down. We could definitely go into the order block or test these levels again around 188. Like I said, though, the market looks like it's overall for most coins looking to be taking out, liquidity one last time, one final dip. Same thing with HBAR. HBAR has pretty much the exact same market structure. This is why I don't believe that, random people are selling and buying because the market structure is pretty much almost near identical. So, this is why I believe what I believe, but we do have this bottom here, but we could definitely sweep below this bottom. So anywhere, buying here in the green zone or below the green zone is a discounted price. So things are looking, good if you're looking to be getting a bigger pullback. XDC, right? We talked about how, possibly it could be holding the line over here, but it did have a little bit more pullback because the whole market kind of just dumped. But it still stays the same, right? We are looking to be recovering back to 88 cents to 90 cents before we make the next leg to pretty much, not 88 cents, from 7 to 8 cents up to 20 cents. And from there, we should be looking to break out. But of course, like I said, we will talk about everything in detail once it happens. DIA, right? Dia had a huge rally in September, and then, you know, late October. Ever since then, it has cooled off massively. But as expected, I expect things to turn around with Dia. From what I remember, Dia was in hell, right? In terms of the structure, it was below a big zone, right? There was more structure on a different chart, and you know, it's not surprising me that Dia is struggling, but I do think Dia will overall have a bounce back. And once it gets above 120 is when momentum should really be on our side, because right now we are in a huge, what I call hell, pretty much. Because like I said, I could actually show you on a different chart right now. Dia, we go to Dia USD, right? Maybe on Binance, right? We are under all of this structure, right? So we are in hell, but that's okay, because usually in hell it's when you could buy coins for the cheapest. But once we kind of fly from 120, we should kind of double to 240 pretty easily. And once we kind of go from 240 and go up, we should kind of go to 450 easily. So that is it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Goodbye.